I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I've seen you in 3 James Bond movies, and this entire time it never dawned on me that you're Danish.
No, I'm so glad. Where are you now?
I'm here in California, in the United States. So.
Oh, okay. So it's early morning. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
and
okay.
already I have to talk to some Danes.
Well, congratulations on Into the Darkness for yourself.
Did you like it?
Yes, it's really riveting. It's quite a like a historical family drama. Yes. Excellent.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that if you do World War II, you can do a story about a marriage, about a family, or anything, and everything will explode because war is the impact of the war is so big. So yeah, that's right. I think yeah, I'm very pleased with the film. I should say. I think, and with the mainly with the script of it, I was so enthusiastic and I loved it when I read it first. So I'm glad it turned out well.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of critics love it, so that's a very good sign.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Now, I didn't know the story behind Denmark during World War II, because I thought the entire time they were a neutral country until I watched this film.
Yeah, they might as well. That's how we felt as well. that I mean, we were, yeah, as you have seen now, as you have now learned, it is not like completely like that. It's but there has been this in between the Nordic countries. There was sort of the Norwegians who fought. There were the Swedes who traded, and there were the Danes who, well, what did we actually do? It's, well, we let Hitler in, we didn't fight him, we were his sort of, the place where his food came from. For the Germans, which was a huge problem if we hadn't provided this. We were not very brave. Say that. And when I was a kid, the story was quite different. We were a nation of freedom fighters. All of us, we were fighting ugly Hitler and yeah, which is not true. But I think this is an interesting way to treat the subject, because we realize that you cannot live sort of outside these happenings. You cannot just dust it off and say, no, I'm just doing my thing over here. It doesn't work like that. Everybody will be affected by this.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, at least some people will be sort of drawn into it, like the protagonist here, who believes that he is doing the right thing, that he is fighting for his employees and his family, when he should probably have ended it, have closed the factory down and waited until the war was over. But that's not how it works for self-made men. They tend to think of themselves as fathers of their employees, responsible for the happiness of everybody. So he doesn't end it soon enough, this character.
Yeah, you played Carl Skov, the businessman who had a delicate balancing act, because his family also went in many different directions.
Sure, yeah.
Throughout the entire movie. How did you keep that type of family dynamic with the cast, and what do you think that the correct thing for Carl should have been done?
I find it difficult to condemn him. I think he does. The interesting thing is that when you take Carl and his oldest son, the son that he wants, not his oldest son, not the soldier, but the one who goes into the resistance, they are so much alike. These two, they are, and they're both kind of idealists. They believe that you have to take responsibility for other people as well, and that's what they do very, very differently, of course. One going into the resistance and one becoming a collaborator and sort of caring for the people depending on him. So most of this is an engaging, idealistic family. They are discussing politics. They are they think that you have a responsibility to society and to each other, and they try to live accordingly. And that takes them so many different places. So I forgot the question.
Well,
sorry.
Well, you answered part of the question. Yeah, the other part was how did you keep the dynamic with the rest of the cast, because everyone's playing different points of views and characters, and for you, you're trying to be that spider web to link everyone together.
I'm not sure what you mean. How
do you balance everything for yourself as a character? Because Carl tries to balance and try to be, in sync, in tune with everybody, but he struggles with that.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he sees. He has this narrow vision that makes him see his own actions as responsible, as thinking of the family and trying to get through this. And other solutions, like his sons tend to find, he sees as irresponsible, and he cannot understand, and he's this parent who cannot understand why why didn't they listen to me? I don't know. He's the eternal father. Why didn't they listen? Why don't they listen to me? Why can't they see that this takes them? This will destroy the family. This will split up the family. Do it my way. This is the sort of the correct way to do this. Oh, sorry, that comes.
No,
I had to do something.
Okay.
I was told I'm under orders from Zoom.
Now, here's an easy question then. That house, that mansion is beautiful. What was it like working there? That
house is like, I mean, this is film. So that house is 3 different places. It's the interior is somewhere, the sort of the grounds outside is somewhere else, and so it comes together in your head and probably in mine, but it's not a place at all. It doesn't exist. So this is magic or sleight of hands. It's
Well, you gotta love movie magic. You know, you have such a good career for yourself, Jesper. What is the typical requirement when you choose a role for yourself?
Uh, the typical requirement, uh, I have to be interested when I read it. I'm not the role, the script. I can, if I'm bored, I will pass. If I'm maybe sometimes when I don't understand it, I will accept it and think that it'll probably come together when we do it, because this is kind of interesting. But I have, but this is horrible, because in my age, normally, I mean, the everyday for actors my age is that you don't get it. You don't get any interesting roles offered. You don't. Well, you're too old. There are too few parts for people about 70 or even older. Or yeah, I mean, after 50, you're gone. And I'm lucky. I'm extremely lucky. One, I'm white. Two, I'm a man. Which is, I mean, everything is like 10 times worse for the women. And I have, and I am being offered a lot of parts probably out of lack of knowledge of who could we offer this to. And there's so many good actors around, and there are so few parts that even at being offered a part at all in my age is like sensational. It's how can I be so lucky that this happens? So being in a position where you can pass jobs, where you said, no, I don't think I don't think I'm really interested. That is so spoiled. It's horrible. I get ashamed talking about what I look for in parts and stuff, because I know so many brilliant people who are not working or only get sort of a very, very sketchy grandfather for 2 days or something like that. So it is. I've been so lucky. I mean, you can't believe it.
Excellent. Well, let me ask one more question, Jesper. The new James Bond movie is coming out, and you were in 3 films, which
So,
by the way, out of all the villains, I only remember Mr. White, and he was not even a main villain. So what was
that's so weird, yeah. But I was in 3.
how did it feel to be part of that franchise?
That felt good. That felt really good. I thought I was very excited being part of sort of Daniel's takeover of the part. I thought he did a brilliant job. I thought I loved Casino Royale. I thought it was one of the best, if not the best, Bond film ever. I thought, yeah, and I'm in that. Fantastic. And I heard myself when I was watching it in a theater in the country in Denmark, and after the first parkour run of it, after like 12 minutes in or something like that, I suddenly heard my own voice going to, oh. I thought, yeah, this is how it should be. And there was such a drive, and I loved the way, I loved what he did with it. I was excited also when I heard that he was going to do it, Daniel, because I watched his work from before, before the Bond, and I very much liked him as an actor. So I thought, yeah, that's a good choice. That'll be interesting. And then because I think he gave something, a lack of intelligence to the character, which is, I thought, well, that's essential, because he would never do all that if he was really clever. he would hide and sort of avoid this. You have to be a little stupid to do this, to be Bond.
Yeah.
And he caught that. I thought he was funny and he was good. Oh, I loved it. And it's, of course, it helped my career. It allowed me to get in all sorts of very strange films that had absolutely nothing to do with action films or Bond or anything. But just from being in that, it allowed me to do some very interesting and weird stuff. So it's meant a lot to me. Excellent.
Well, hey, Jesper, hey, thank you very much for speaking with me. This is very enjoyable conversation. I love talking to you.
I'm so glad. Have a nice day. There's so much left of it.
Bye now.
Bye.